Hi, I'm Paula Januszkiewicz. I'm the CEO of CQURE and CQURE Academy, also a cybersecurity expert for the past 17 years. And I've been engaged in helping our customers within the company that I have established 13 years ago, and that's CQURE, to grow in cybersecurity. So right now our company is way bigger because cybersecurity is a very important subject for most of these companies in the world. And right now we are performing penetration testing, also forensics, incident response, education, and R&D. And what can I say? I'm just a cybersecurity consultant. There was a time approximately 12 or maybe even 13 years ago where I was establishing CQURE, where security services were not needed that much. It was quite strange, for example, to spend some money and then as a result get a report with recommendations, which usually meant just more work for a vast majority of organizations. Right now, of course, the situation is way different. We see the risk, we understand them, and we know how attacks can potentially impact business operations of various companies. Therefore, right now, we are definitely going through the shortage of soldiers in cybersecurity. Yeah, the reason why we are having that kind of shortage, in my opinion, is pretty straightforward. One is education, because it's really hard to define what kind of things you need to know before you start the cybersecurity job. Some part of that could be related with, let's say, SOC operations. Some part of that might be getting into the direction of pen tests, forensics, incident response, maybe in general education, so maybe network security. So security right now, it's much more broader than it was in the past. Therefore, education is hard to define. Of course, we can learn all of these things at once, but cybersecurity at the same time is relatively new. So in order to trust and step into a really well-designed cybersecurity program, either we need to just simply struggle to find it, or maybe within our scope it's just non-existent. So that's one thing. Second, cybersecurity job requires lots of activity and lots of devotion, and not everybody is ready for that, meaning that you really need to be available almost 24 hours per day in order to mitigate, address different cybersecurity issues happening in this world, again, depending on the job. But definitely what it requires is an open mind and a will to know more every single day. So we need to be, as I call it, hyperactive. So someone that is absolutely checking all the news, that is eager to check, verify anything new that happens in cybersecurity, and at the same time has skills that are making this person to cooperate with the team, so to work in team. So I would say that knowledge and education is the biggest issue over there, but also engagement that we have to have when working in cybersecurity field. So within these years, we can see the big impact of finance in cybersecurity. A lot of attacks, and that's approximately 80% depending on statistics that we look at, are financially motivated. And it's really easy to hide at the same time. So even though it's illegal, it's still a very lucrative business that is worth for someone to step into and earn a little bit of money just by running successful ransomware campaigns. And let's say 2 people will pay out of 100,000 that we're gonna affect. And that's quite a lot already for most of the people on Earth. So it is something that unfortunately is finance driven nowadays. Nowadays, we've got lots of materials that we can learn from, and that's amazing. We've got GitHub, for example, where you are searching for a tool and most probably someone already wrote it. But of course, 10, 12, 13 years ago, it wasn't like that. So you had to write your own tools, you had to do research, but don't get me wrong, these times they aren't really different because cybersecurity is new all the time. Of course, there's a certain base that we have to learn, and there's a certain set of tools that are doing these things in the infrastructure, but in general, yes, I would agree that in the past it was a little bit more difficult to get appropriate knowledge. So, well, the only thing we can do right now is to dig into the internet repositories and learn more about what is new in cyber.